All right, let's get this show on the road. Chat be popping early. Normally I wait 3 minutes. It's only been two. Heard something that sounded like something. Gave me a startle. I think that is just my Discord sound. But good evening. Good evening for some places. Good afternoon for me. Everyone, happy Monday. How goes it? How is everyone? I am doing just fine. My bingo is doing even better following this penultimate race in Marbula 1 Season 4. We thought the championship was gonna be tight, knew it was gonna be tight. And boy howdy, is it tighter than anything we could have imagined. 6 teams out of a field of 20 have a chance to become champions following the final race. But coming out of this penultimate Grand Prix, we have a 3-way tie for first, which has never happened in the history of ever, at least as Yellow's Marble Runs is concerned. I don't think there's ever been a 3-way tie for anything in anything like this. In any sport that has its organization like this, a 3-way tie for first place heading into the final week of competition. This is truly something to behold. And of course, see the sad roo-roos in the chat already. There were a whole lot of math involved. Still a whole lot of math involved. This is a big math stream. Remember Friday talked about all the math going into it? Huge math stream. And now, seems like anything that needed to happen, happened. All the things that teams were trying to avoid also happened to tighten it up. All Cloudy needed to do was win. All they needed to do was win, and that is a clinch. That is not what happened. All Cerulean needed to do was win and have a better chance. Not necessarily clinch. I do believe that the Hazers were the only team that could have won and clinched. You clinch with the win. That did not happen. We will go through all of what happened because there's a whole lot that happened. Whole lot that happened. Whole lot that will happen. That does happen. And we will go through all of it. Got to adjust levels of my mic because I will be screaming for most of this stream. Buckle up. I'm already expecting to talk for 2 hours, okay? Already expecting. There's permutations. 3-way tie for first. What will the championship battle look like? Will we have... Well, that's something to talk about later, but anything can happen. So many numbers to crunch, and I am not a numbers guy, although I do purport to be a numbers guy. We have... Yeah, Momokai's already there. We got an absolute Momo moment in a need to do well race for Momo. Momo did well. Yeah, we have some hard carrots. We have some more abductions. Was that Roldo? I forget. Roldo can reach the far edges of the Marbula Galaxy. So, okay, I don't think that was Roldo that time around. I think it was that same troop. That same magic act. Levitation act. from qualifiers. See it again in Grand Prix. I don't think that was Roldo. Pinkies are falling apart. Oh man, that is nice. Pinkies falling apart is putting it nicely. They are collapsing, relapsing. They are a contender to not come back. The only reason they are here is because they are reigning Marble League champions. Marble League champs turn into Marbula 1 chumps. How about it for the Pinkies? We gotta talk about them. But there's so many things to talk about. And believe you me, we will be talking about everything. Because just about everything that did happen happened this weekend. So I think this is the Marble Way Galaxy. I think that's this. Yeah. 320th places in a row. That should have been on the bingo. Maybe next year. Maybe next year it'll be it'll be on my bingo. Oh, yep. Yep. Race start aborted. We have that streaker. We have the streaker. Why'd they arresting him though? That's what I'm wondering. You send the cavalry. How many that's six blue jackets you sent out to chase down one person. It's not like the gate's on or anything. They're not going anywhere. If only they struck. If only they waited to invade the track while the race, like after the race started. That way we could have gotten the red flag as well. But yeah, streaker happened early. Glad it happened. Great day for my bingo. I don't know why you need to send 6 security guards out there to arrest them. I don't even know why you even need to arrest them. They're faster than like half the teams out here this race. So after that excitement, yeah, race control. I like how we get the view of race control. Just like, oh dang, don't start. We don't give you the okay. Clear up, clean up. Everyone sort of does their last stretches. Okay, now we rolling. We in it, and we're rolling with.
And we're rolling.
Blue Eye
backwards at the start,
of
but
all
Blue Eye
marbles in pole position. 13 laps though. I knew nothing was gonna happen with them. I knew they were not going to win. Although wire to wire race, that would have been something to see. But there we go. Arip and Momo and Mocha. Which again, not one of these marbles. What are you doing here? What are the Chocolatiers doing up front? This is insane. We're gonna see Quasar climb. We're gonna see Momo drop off the face of the earth and then climb up the earth again. Getting past Arip in that turn, in that banking. This was awful. I said it Friday that this section was just gonna be awful to watch, and 13 laps was just all awful. A whole lot of overtakes. And they're just about in the spots that I expected. Momo leading it. Ruru in 15th and 14th. Yeah, so this is basically what needed to happen. For everything to happen, right? You needed Cerulean and Cloudy to do really poorly along with Swifty. And then you needed Momo, Arip, and Orangin to do really well. And that's what happened. That is all that happened with this. So, all in all, especially with this log jam heading into the Accelerator, these Nice camera angles giving us the race for like 13th and such. You got Stinger there, ooh-wee. I don't think Stinger's coming back. Bumblebee should probably come back. I don't think it's going to be Stinger in the lineup for them. Oh, and there, look at this. Look at this. Mocha. How often does Mocha show up for anything, really? I forget that the Chocolatiers are even in the mix half the time. And even with them leading the way in the 4th lap, this race is a third of the way done, essentially. That I'm not even looking at Mocha. I'm looking at Momo. I'm looking at Arab, because this is where the championship battle is. And then Blue Eye, I guess. And then Tumult, I guess. But Cloudy's there. Swifty's back there, allegedly. So, it's really everyone trying to stay in it, trying to clinch possibly, and then Mocha's up front. Don't know when the overtake happens. There's a great move by Arup off of this turn. So, really, this race was not exciting to watch, but it was exciting to see what it did to the championship standings. Because what it did to the championship standings was open the door. I mean, closes the door for everybody. But for the 6 teams who can still win, completely opens the door. Especially with the top 3 teams, seeing how they did in this race. If they have a similar finish, they might not be the top 3 teams after this Saturday. Oh yeah, there's the overtake from Arab. Where does this happen? Okay, right off the belt. Oh yeah, Mocha, just a very poor entry coming off the belt. And then Arab just, whoop, sneaks by off of that. Just, this section of track was just the worst, honestly. It was just so bad. Loss of momentum. Very sluggish going through that turn. And then Origin battling for second behind Mocha. There goes Momo dropping to 9th. Cloudy dropping to 11th. So we're only into 15th. All they have to do is not be there. All you have to do is win. And you clinch. And then Swifty's still there. And everyone's saying, remember Stardust Accelerator from season 3? Billy won that. Started in 15th. Swifty starting in 15th. And I'm like, I can sleep on them. Don't worry, nothing's going to happen. And then it's like, oh God. Swifty's in 4th through half of the laps so far. Uh-oh. Cannot sleep. They cannot keep getting away with it. Thankfully, for this moment in history, for this race, they did not get away with it. As Arab leads the way into the 7th lap. Cerulean making their way back up to 9th. Momo dropping to 11th. And I'm thinking, oh no. Team No instead of Momo. Is it Momover? You need a high finish to stay in the championship race. And that is the opposite of a high finish. That is, in fact, a low finish. But somehow, someway, Momo jumps 3 spots. We do not see what happened. We don't get to see how Momo jumped 3 spots in 1 second because they do not have a picture-in-picture. Unfortunately, they should. They really should, because there's so much to happen. So many championship implications in that one move. If Momo doesn't make that one move, look up to 7th again. dropping 5 spots, 6 spots, 7 spots in one lap, climbing 5 spots again in one, and we don't even get to see it. The championship implications that those overtakes have. That's a whole lot of overtakes. That's a whole lot of overtakes. Do we have time deltas? Do we have a lap by lap breakdown? If someone does, like, point them out to me in Marvel Base, because the championship implications that those have. And we don't even get to see it, right? If Momo does not make those overtakes, their season is done, without a doubt. The numbers should just about back me up on this. That if they don't make those moves, their season is done. And then Momo makes those moves, and here we are, a happy day for Momo fans. I know Momo Kai is having the strings of Momos up in it. Never Momo over. Never Momo over. Yeah, and then Quasar working their way back to third. Had them winning. And, like, big gambler for me, because home turf, no team this season has won. I don't think. When was the last time a team won a Marbula 1 race in their home turf? Because, Starry last week had the big win over Mallard, denying Mallard a 29-point season, which we also, or 29-point weekend, rather, which we still haven't had in this season. Of course, that could change this weekend, and should have been a bingo spot. Again, hindsight being 2020. But Quasar really putting in work. Thought they were gonna win. Predicted it to win. Very close. But how could you deny hard Carup? So many teams, so many racers could have won. Same thing with last week. So many racers could have won. Only 3 podium spots to hand out. And really, 10 teams going in this, needing the win, wanting the win. Cerulean in 10th. Arup and Orangin and Quasar making up the top 3. Swifty, though, climbing as Mocha drops. Blue Eye is still there, heading into the Accelerator. And then, Cloudy in 15th. Almost called him Hazy. Don't know what that means about that. But just about anything for the teams just outside the podium to have a chance to win next week, stay in the championship contention, happened. They needed weak showings from the top teams, and they needed strong finishes. That is what we got. Momo back in 11th with 2 laps to go. Can we talk about this? Momo in 11th with 2 laps to go. Where are they? We don't even see them. They're nowhere on the map. Momo putting the team on their back, because we know that Mimo might not hold up their end of the deal, but anything can happen. Regardless, Momo making their way up the belt. See, it's stuff like this. Why are we even concerned with these final 2 turns when literally every single... Like, look at that. That's Arup. That was Arup getting off of the top of the belt. There's Quasar, there's Orangin. There's everyone else. Everyone else is already on the belt. Look at this bunch up. And who are we waiting for? Are we really waiting for Pinky Panther? Pinky Panther's already there. Why are we holding on to this angle so long? What's a chalk? Yeah. So these camera... Is that Arup? That's Arup already! That's Arup right there! Why are we looking at Arab? What is this camera angle serving us right now? That is Arab. That is one of the best performances we've seen from a reserve in Marbula 1. Okay? Hard carrot time. And again, Rima putting in their work too. That's why it's not a hard carrot. They're both putting in work. That's why they're in championship contention. That's why they are in position to win this season. And we don't even see it. We get a freeze of a corner with nobody on it. Anyone with a chance is already up here. Arab is already right there. 5 seconds ahead of everybody. Was that actually Origin? Now Origin's up there. We see Origin. Yeah, so there's Arab, and then we see Origin battle with Quasar up there. And there's Momo in 9th in this penultimate lap. Gonna run it back somehow. Don't even know how that happens. Thought it was Momo over. It's never Momo over. Yeah, these camera angles, man. Look at who's finishing. Look who's going on to this final lap. We don't even see him. Momo is about to jump up 1,000,000 spots in 1/2 a lap. They're in 9th. Arab taking the accelerator. Origin taking the accelerator. That's your podium. Nothing changes there. Momo to 8th. Oh, and there's that street. There's that move. Okay, we're gonna get some Grog Woods. Thought it wasn't gonna happen. Pretty straightforward race. Really, the only thing to this is what it does to the championship standings. Because, good golly, Miss Molly. Does it just turn the world upside down?
Arab through the final few.
Arab through the final few turns. So there's Chalk, wherever Chalk, or Mocha. And I know... Yeah, okay, so Chalk is back there. Swifty's there. Tumult's there. They're all gonna absolutely eat that wall. Right there. Where the track jogs over a bit. They're absolutely eating it, but not Momo. Momo's like, oh, hey, you know, I'm actually gonna get into the top of everything. Why isn't there rain effects? Rain effects, rain effects. Huh? Anyway, moment right
The
here.
final few turns.
Look at those
Quasar
overtakes.
is getting
Overtakes.
closer. But Arab
Hold Swifty off. That is huge. Arab's already across the line. That is an absolutely dominant performance. I had 7:07 as the line. Had 6 minutes 52 seconds as the previous line. Arab blew that out the water. Absolutely blown out the water. So Momo just jumps up to 6 at the very end. And then and then Mocha passes Swifty, which is huge for these championship contentions, right? And then Cloudy in 15th, Pinky Panther, 3rd straight 20th place finish for the Pinkies. Again, bottom 5 gets no points. They could finish 16th and get no points. Instead, they want to secure 20th. Someone put it, the last 4 races, 1 point, and then 3 straight zeros. for the Pinkies. This is disaster, especially for the reigning Marble League champs. They are making the case, and again, recency bias and all that, but they are making the case to not come back to Marbula 1. Especially with some teams that should be in Marbula 1, that haven't had the chance, that haven't had, you know, a good shake. There have been people arguing that Snowball should... Oh, sorry, got a bit loud there. People saying that the Snowball should come back, Rojo Rollers should come back, Mellow Yellow should come back, right? I think the Pinky should leave. Because 4 races with 1 point is not what you want to be like. That is not what you want to have happen. You do not want to show up and put up those kind of numbers, especially as the reigning Marble League champ. We have had, Mellow Yellow booted. We have had Indigo Stars not even show up. Josh came through and uploaded the graphics, or DM'd me the graphics for Casino Square. Race lineup already cemented because of process of elimination, but the track got released today. We're gonna... People look at that. We're gonna do some totally accurate predictions Friday, but we might as well get a look if you haven't already. Flares should join M1 as soon as they get something other than bottom 2 in a tournament. Sheesh. Blue Eye Lap, that didn't happen. Blue Eye did finish in 5th. No DNFs, although we can get into that. Arab, what a performance from them, especially because Team Primary, best team with no race win. Now they get that race win, and it absolutely jams up the standings, makes it a whole lot more exciting had it been, a cloudy sweep, a clinch, a Swifty clinch, Swifty finishing in 9th. 25 overtakes, though, for Swifty. Where's Momo at? Momo 22. Tomo leading the way for overtakes with 27, because why not? Because why not? Pinky's 14 overtakes. Stinger had the fewest. No, Arab had the fewest. All they had to do was get up to first and call it good. How you doing? Keep it moving. Hard Carrot. And Quasar putting in work in their home track. Second place, nothing bad. And IAT, especially with how Starry did last week. Orangin with the bronze. Club starting in 12th and in 4th. The Blackjacks have really been unsung. They've been pretty competitive in the back half of the season. Not a really good start to anything, but, new team and all that. I think the Blackjacks could come back, especially since they're hosting the last race. Wolfpack, I don't think the Wolfpack are coming back for Season 5. Thunder finishing in 12th. We gotta see what this does to the individual standings. Because boy howdy does it do a lot for these overall individual standings. There we get that nondescript fizzing drink. There's that Marble Way Galaxy. Such a beautiful decor. Did I say this was a good backdrop? Pretty track? Because this is beautiful. uh, the planets spinning. I think I said that with last week's track with the Electron Expressway. Think I was talking about how wonderful this is. If I haven't sung my praises about the layout, no, that was right. That was right. I did. I said that the location was beautiful. The track needed some saving. It is such a beautiful location, such beautiful scenery, such beautiful effects they put together. The spinning planets, the abduction. Really nice. Flames can be added in GIMP. Josh updated my bingo. I think this is happening. I think this is happening. Yeah, so let's look at this. So we got Momo jumping the standings. And Cloudy cannot take MVM now because they had raced their 5th race. 1 point ahead of Cloudy is Momo. Absolute Mo moment. Oh, yeah, there we got some all caps. Look at my little boy Momo. Momo. 13,000 Mo's right there. The Mo moment is real. Cloudy is out. Origin cannot podium. So Origin's out. Basically, if you ran 5 races, you're at. Royal needs 9 points. What was... I'm pretty sure the lowest Royal finished was 9 points. Yeah, it was 9 points. I don't know how tiebreakers work for that. Cloudy. Oh. No, Cloudy's out. Actually, let me refresh because they have updated it. Here's what I'm looking at. I might as well show you what I'm looking at instead of just talking to myself. Royal needs 9 points to tie. 9 to tie, 10 to win. So how do the points break down again? 6th. God, I love these legends. Can we give a quick round of applause for the people who do these wiki charts and wiki everything about this wiki. Okay? The legend is so good because there are so many numbers to juggle in my mind. And I am so bad with juggling these numbers. And they're all volunteers. Nobody's getting paid for this wiki. Everyone who updates the wiki is doing it for the love of marble numbers. And I'm here loving these marble numbers, but sometimes the marble numbers don't love me. So thank you, wiki people. 10th or higher, or not 10th, 10 points. 6th or higher is what Royal needs to overtake everyone, basically. Overtake the championship. To take the championship, I guess. And then... Oh, I can refer to this. Well, let's look at these graphics. Because these... Really nice. Absolutely love them, these tables. This shows you the up and downs. Blue Eye jumping up 10 spots. Okay, so the light gray. I'm not sure if you can tell a difference. It's very faint. There are the racers who have raced 5, and then the ones who still have 1 to go. They have the lighter blue. And then everyone in green still has a chance. So all of these racers still have a chance to clinch. Yeah, everyone has a chance to clinch the individual championship next week. Or not. Savage Speeders, only team with both their racers still in the mix. Cerulean did not jump any spots. Momo jumping up 2 spots with that. Cloudy's out. Royal has a shot. Speedy and Red Eye also have a shot. They're racing 26 points. So that's a gold with fastest lap at least. That is a very tall task. No, that's 50. That's 36. Never mind. 28. 28 points for Red Eye. That is just about impossible. But we have seen Red Eye put together a 29-point weekend in the past. Anything is possible. Speedy would just need just about the same. Speedy would need just about the same. Royal just needs 10 points. That's 6th. 9 points would tie but Momo would win on a tie. No. Royal has 2 golds, so Royal would win on a tiebreak. I do believe. If it does come down to that for a tiebreak, because Royal does have 2 golds. So I think Royal would only need 9 points. So coming 6th, 7th, coming 7th. Yes, so 7th at least for Royal to take MVM for this season, which is very possible. Now for these championship standings, 3-way tie for first. You cannot write this. You cannot make this stuff up. The Como Mary podium is alive and well. 21 points for Momo, which can easily happen. That is a silver with the fastest lap. Now, here is the thing. Whatever tie happens. So, this is the thing that I don't think anyone wants to happen, is O-Rangers, Cobalt's Team Momo get a couple points, and then the Hazers, Team Primary, Savage Speeders all finish in the basement. I don't think anyone wants a 2020 marathon to happen where the championship contenders are in the mid-pack. I think we all want to see all 6 of these teams end with them. Maybe not the Speeders, okay? If I'm being honest. Maybe not the O-Rangers. 2 out of 3 chance that we get someone new up on top. Of course, it is not that, because Team Momo would need 22 points reasonably, with the Hazers getting a goose, because any tie that the Hazers wind up in, they will win off of medal count, off of gold count, because they have... No, would they? Yeah. Yeah, because the only way, if the Speeders win, then the only way for the Hazers to tie with the Speeders is if they also get a medal, which then the Hazers would win the tiebreak off a medal count. Same with Team Primary. Team Primary and Savage Speeders are basically in the same boat. They both have 1 win, 2 silvers. So their numbers work out to be just the same. Anything beyond that, you have to go into who has the best showing beyond that, which I think if Team Primary and Savage Speeders get goose eggs next week, which isn't out of the realm of possibilities, I think Team Primary would get the tiebreak, just kind of like what they have here, because they have the 27-point performance from Arab. If any of the top 3 teams win, they clinch. Yeah. Okay, so top 3, you win, you in. But it is not out of the realm of possibilities for any of these 6 teams to win. Rangers just need 14 points. Let's refer back to our handy dandy legend. 14 points. You need 4th. Or 5th with pole, which is why I'm not doing any of these permutations, because there's just so much to go off of. There will be a whole lot of prediction next Friday when I do the accurate predictions, because there are so many numbers to go around. But I don't think there's the chance that Misty takes pole and clinches. Me miracle. Savage Speeders first, Hazer second, Rangers third. No, didn't that just happen? Wasn't that season 1 of Marbula 1? I don't want that happening again. I bank on the 2/3, but really, Hazers win with the clinch with the win. Primary clinches it with the win. Speeders also clinch with the win, which please take 7th. Or not 7th, but 7 points. Take 0 points. Speedy, if you're listening, please. God. I'll pay you to fold. $5,000. You go down in the 5th. Cobalts need a win. I had the chart up. Let me actually refer back to that, because numbers are nice. These tables are nice. I know Momokai has at least some tables. Because the permutations are funky. Oh no, this is another one. Does Nova Wolf have one out? Is there one in Marble Base of these permutations? Because so many things can happen, and it is so tough to wrap my head around all that can happen, because Cobalts are 19 points behind. So a win is nice, but then you need anyone leading you to do worse than 10th. So 11th or 11th, which is possible. I have a 50-50 chance just about. Of course, you have to take into consideration who finishes where when starting in the top spot, which we really have to wait for qualifiers to do any of that math, because it really isn't you know, a 50-50. There's other variables we need to consider going into this last race, which has a direct bearing on the last qualifiers. But Hazer's Team Primary Savage Speeders, you win, you in. That is all that concerns you, Misty, Rima, Speedy. You win, you in. Royals and Cobalts are in the mix. Royal is all of their medals. You got you got 3 medals in 4 races. Royal is all 3 of those medals. So, who is to say that they show up at Casino Square and we have what it looks like? If it looks familiar, it looks a lot like that one track from that one team. Gliding Glaciers? No, that's Sleet Street. Snowballs, whatever the one that Yellup fell off of. This is that exact same structure. So maybe that's where we get our DNF. I'll go over that Friday. But who is to say that Royal shows up and doesn't absolutely dominate? 30-second lap time. So maybe this is where we get our 38-second qual lap time. Knock on wood, here's hoping. Right? So if Royal wins, and let's just say 29-point week, and now they're at 135 points, they would need the Hazers, Team Primary, and Savage Speeders to get less than 7th with no other bonuses. If they get 10 points with a bonus, and even if Royal gets a 29-point weekend, that's all the bonuses. So then they're safe. But they have to not get 9 points. They're 10 points. Anything less than that. And then the O-Rangers couldn't have 24 points? Because the O-Rangers would win off of a... No, they lose off of the tie break in a tie with the Cobalts. So they would need 15 points. No, that's 126. They need 25 points. Is that right? 136. Yeah, so if the Cobalts win, next week, they would beat the O-Rangers outright, which Royal, here you go, now's your chance. Ruru couldn't get it done for you, but you can get it done for you. And then that would basically put it away for the overall championship. So there you go, if you're the Cobalts. Royal would win you the overall championship and absolutely blow it out the water for the individual championship with a win with a 29-point weekend. That'd be huge to end the season on. But that is assuming that the Hazers Team Primary and the Speeders do worse than 6th. Really 5th if we're being honest with ourselves, but no. It'd have to be worse than 6 because Hazers win off of any tie break if they tie with any of these teams. So Cobalts do not control their own destiny. But if they do get a 29-point weekend, really, all they need is 5 points to get past the O'Rangers, which Clementon, ooh, that is going to be very tough. Or maybe Reclemption, right? Gave them a hard time floundering about to start the season. But we back. And I say we like I'm on the team. But that's 1 point in 2 races. 100 points in everything else. Really put them where they're at. Put us where we're at. And I say us like I'm on the team. We like I have a bearing. I do have an O-Rangers poster that I look up to literally because it's above my desk and I pray to every night. That is not obligated. That is just me praying to the O-Rangers because I am a huge O-Rangers fan. Although it is not framed, so I don't know what that tells you about that. I really need a frame for my O-Rangers poster. O-Rangers. 14 points, praying that all the other 3 get a goose. So, 15th would be a 1-point win. Or not 15th. 4th, that's 15 points. Excuse me. 4th would be a 1-point win with the goose. Love you, Rangers. Really want to say you'd win. That is just not happening. Even the Co-Momary podium, which I would love to happen, don't look like it's happening. That does have a better chance, though, for primary to win. Because if the Cobalts, if Royal does a really good job, you're at least overtaking the O-Rangers. And, man, for this tie, man, 3 teams at 125 points. So if you overtake one, you overtake them all. I think Rima could have a nice weekend. I think Royal's definitely going to have a good weekend. And then Mimo, do we believe in the me moment? We'll check back in Friday about that. But anything can happen with these 6 teams. Could you imagine the Hazers slipping off the podium in one swell foop? Because it's 14 points separating first from 4th. But it is no points separating the podium. So anything can happen. We will look at these qualifiers on Friday through a microscope. Because what happens Friday could have, would have, should have, will have a direct bearing on your championship. This is as tight as we could have ever wished. No points for the podium, separating the podium. Anything that can happen will happen. I will overreact so hard on Friday. But we gotta get to this bingo because, my goodness, we got a streaker. Thank you whomever. I don't know how they get in there. Stadium security been putting in work. Kudos to the podium security. Also, no fighting. That's, you know, so, some of these teams getting disciplined better. Knowing when to talk big, knowing when to leave it all in the field. I think that's what these competitors do. If they get rattled, if they get mad, you leave it on the track. You don't go to fisticuffs. So, haven't had fights in a while. Not even in the stands. Fans getting really disciplined. Really love to see it. Streaker, inevitable. Inevitable. You can't stop all of them. Some of them are gonna find a way. Don't know how they got on there. It seems pretty secure, pretty strict. I'm thinking, going back to this again, you had to stop the track here. I think, you know, just taking a victory lap, I think they snuck through one of their pits, right? Because this is where the racers enter into the stadium. You have the whole process. I'm not a bigwig. I don't know how exactly it works, but you have your managers there. You have your, you know, little lounge area up in here. Get your last stretches in. I think the streaker snuck through one of these. I don't know how. Maybe you just act like you're going for nachos at the concession stand and then you just book it. You sneak on. You climb because the belt isn't on. You got to climb that yourself. Guess you just climb that they self and then have at it. Have a nice victory lap. I'm definitely taking a victory lap with this bingo. Get a nice big brush. Bob Ross it up. There we go. Boom. Got the streaker. Only took to the penultimate race, but we got it. Almost had the host team winning it. Quasar definitely putting in work. Where's Quasar in the mix? Or where's Team Galactic in the mix? In 8th. 29 points would be 119. Wow. So only the top 6 teams can win and only the top 6 teams can podium. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. No more red flag. Did they call it a red flag? I don't think it was an official red flag because the race hadn't started yet. They just said, hey, don't start the race. If the race started and there was a streaker, then they would have had a red flag, maybe a restart. But that is just a don't start. I don't think that's a red flag. Is it a red flag? Do we see a red flag? Yeah, it didn't count as a flag because the race did not start. Yeah, so we could, and again, don't want to say here's hoping, but here's hoping that some racer pulls a yell up. And also, there's some insane resolution. I don't know is it Josh, do you make these? Because y'all got some insane resolution on this. Look at this. Look at how big. So, The only way I see a red flag is someone jumping off of here, pulling a yellow. You take this angle wrong, you hit the split, you bump over, or maybe you know, they'll have the barrier up here so that doesn't happen. That did happen when it did happen, right? Yellow falls off of the track in season 2, and then race control puts up a safety barrier because player safety always number one. But we'll get into that more on Friday when we go through the quals on that. And Josh messaged me about that res. Because I do definitely get a knack of having, like, very low resolution on this computer. But that's some nice... That's some good resolution. It has specs. Thank you, specs. Making that. Red Eye is gone. Oh, no, not Red Eye. Royal gets a black flag. I watched the compilation of black flags in M1. I still don't know how to get a black flag. Does M1 have black flags? They must. I don't know what would constitute a black flag because I don't know a lot of things about anything. But people who know more than I are definitely destined to chime in, educate me on how Marbula 1 would get a black flag. Aquamarine, that was that one. Aquamarine when Yellup falls off. What happened to Yellup? Yellup is gone. Triathlon 2021 incident, but mid-race. Black flag of pirate storms on the field. Oh yeah, and we have 6 contenders in the final race. We hit our line. What a line, okay? Said 6 or more contenders for the final race, and we hit it with 6. Didn't think it was gonna happen. Thank you, Cloudy. Thank you, Cerulean, for fumbling the bag so hard. Thank you, Arip, for doing the hard carrot, because that helps my bingo big. 10-second win is going to be a sight to see. 38-second lap when next week's race is a 30-second average lap. I think we could hit that. If someone finds every single wall, I think we could hit that. Host team wins. Not sure if that's happening. Oh yeah, Blue Eye lapped. We have to cross off now, because Blue Eye has run all 5 of their races, all 5 of their Grand Prix, and they did not get lapped once, which kudos to Blue Eye. Okay. Kudos to Blue Eye. You literally weren't terrible. There are other marbles worse than you. I don't think this is any sort of precedent to knee-jerk any other marbles out. We'll have to wait to see how Cloudy does. Well, Cloudy's out. So maybe Memo's safe. If Memo doesn't fumble it away, I think they're safe. Even if they do, I think they're safe regardless. Pole Sitter gets 0 points in that race. Can still happen. I believe wire to wire can still happen at the same time as pole sitter gets 0 points. It would have to be a situation where they immediately drop, and again, we'll go over this, but they'll immediately drop to second. So, and then second wins. Whoever passes pole wins, and then pole just drops to 16th. That is the situation. So these two are not mutually exclusive, even though there is only one race to go, and these do seem pretty mutually exclusive. If I say pole sitter wins, then one of those couldn't happen. Two red flags. I mean, we could get 2 red flags in one race. Doubt it could happen, but I mean, Misty Mountain happened, so could happen. Marble injury. If we have someone jumping off, that'd be, you're not walking. I mean, you could hopefully walk away. You're not gonna walk it off though. How about adding Como Mary Win to the center as an auto win for the bingo card? That's pretty not saying not gonna happen, but that's definitely not a guarantee for a free spot. Although that would be pretty nice if it was a guarantee. Greg, please test out the trick. Please, Greg. Please. So maybe Blackjacks could win. That'd be huge for the Blackjacks. So we have this one we're still working with. 10-second win. Well, really 9.6 second win. 38-second lap time. Sand Rally Marble. I don't think that's happening. Very interesting that it hasn't happened. I guess it is just a Marble League thing. But the one, especially now that Blue Eyes left, we can't get this. Streaker definitely helping our case for this line. Ooh. So we have this lane, this lane, this lane, and this lane. And we only need 2 more for this. So I think our bingo is not, well, I mean, it is ours. But just about everyone has their own. I know a lot of people have their own. For mine, we're looking good with this. Don't know who's going to get the 10-second win. It'd be hype, especially if it's for a championship. Could happen. Could happen. Auto win. As if you win the card even without any of the bingo lines. That would still be an anytime bet. This bingos are more of a parlay. Where you need everything to happen and a line to hit. Whereas Como Mary Podium is just like a standalone thing. Could add it to the bingo, but I mean, I didn't really expect that. Host team wins. We're so close for that. That would have been huge. All right. But two bingo squares, like, at the same time, that is pretty hype. That is pretty hype. 6 contenders, a 3-way tie for first, pretty hype. Hazers. Could the Hazers finally win a major tournament and not be considered the bridesmaid? Do the Savage Speeders or Rangers have anything to say about that? Team Como Mary Podium? Honestly, it takes some doing to have that happen, But I think it could happen. Really, though, all these teams need to do is be better than these teams, and they have the podium on lock. And Cobalt's, all they need to do is do well, and they have it on lock for the O-Rangers. We'll see what Clementon has in store. We'll see what Royal has in store, if they can come away. Could you imagine 4 medals in 5 races? Will the Razzies avoid the basement? Nah, the Razzies are the basement. Blackjacks are the one team that suddenly sneaks in the top half. Yeah, what are the top half standings like? A 29-point weekend for the Racers would put them at 39 points, which would put them at 15th. No, 16th. 29 points would put them in 16th place. Good God. 29 points would put the cat size at 121. So at 4th. Yeah, really, if you're at 94 points. So that's it. Crazy Cat's Eyes, O-Rangers, Cobalt's, Team Momo are the only teams that could get... Well, yeah, so only 7 teams could get 4th. Only 6 teams can get 3rd. This is insane. Man, I think the Racers are gonna choke it away. We'll do My Life Will Not Be Complete Without a Stream poll. All right. I mean, I am at the end of my minutes. But I mean, it's always in my best interest to keep talking. So let me just keep talking. I do have an idea. Because we have 6 teams in the running, we have so many things that could happen. We have a 3-way tie for first right now, with the Hazers winning it off of medal count. Okay? Instead of who will win, I'm going to ask who will miss the final podium out of the top 3 teams. Who will miss out? We have Hazers. We have Team Primary. We have Speeders. Because I don't think they can all miss out. But there is a chance that they all stay on. So who'll miss the podium? Hazers, Primary, Speeders, or are they all podium? And I'm missing why. I've been hitting the instead of they a lot, especially when writing my Marble League rooting video, which, knock on wood, is coming out Friday. I'm recording today. Here's the script. Ooh wee, look at this. Look at this. Nice. I feel like someone can go back and freeze frame. But there you go. That's a sneak peek of what the script looks like. Just tired of the... Yeah, Cobalt's definitely deserve the win. Especially if it's Royal up to bat. No. Have I say 14 points? Not, I've been going it through a win. So 131. 29 points is 135 for the Cobalts for MVM. But all Royal needs is 20. But you need a win for the Cobalts, for Royal, to do it comfortably. That'd be a 2-point win if everyone gooses out. No, that's a 1-point win if everyone gooses out. Man. So, Silver have Misty, Speedy, and Rima collapse. And then have the O'Rangers take less than... I mean, you're good. If you're Royal, you don't really have to worry about Clementon this weekend. Man, this is gonna be an absolute nail biter. I hope you like hearing people lose their mind over marbles, because that's gonna be me on Friday after these qualifiers, because I'll just be... Oh yeah, Team Momo has scored every race. No. They got goosed. Team Primary has scored every race. So no pressure for Rima. And yeah, they're the only team to score in every single race. Glacier's dropping, Pinky's dropping. Did they have... Oh yeah, there they go. That's the change of position. Not a whole lot of teams changed after that race. Rangers definitely helped them. Team Primary definitely helped them. I don't think they're in the running if they don't have that weekend. And then Chocolatiers, look at the Chocolatiers go. 8 points. Enough to bump them up 2 spots, because Wolfpack Bumblebees Racers absolutely duty. Racers are on the way for 1 point per event. Cobalts fall to 6. I mean, they're at 5th. 6 isn't that bad. It's just disappointing when it's the championship on the line. Plurality is saying Hazers, and yeah, it is within the Hazers MO to choke it all away in a final race. But there's no Hazy. It's not Marbula Cross. No reverse starting order. If it's reverse starting order, then maybe we have something else to say about that. I think Marbula Cross should have started with a qual lap. It didn't have to do a shootout for a pole, but it could have had one qual lap to decide positioning, because then we wouldn't have to really worry about any of this. Hazers do have that propensity, though. I don't know what Misty has in store. Cloudy had 1 point in store for us to make it a whole lot more interesting. Man, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Razzies haven't scored in 4 races, and it's going to stay that way. It is. They haven't scored in 4 straight. There are 5 races. So even if they win out, they could get anything higher than 15th. But still say that they have scored 0 points in half of the events. That is not good. Alright. Come on, Hazers. Chase your destiny. Exactly. Alright. Oh, the standings are on the wiki are the right ones? Does Team Momo have... Because they've been... Yeah, not giving them the point. Oh, this changes everything. This changes everything. They don't have 104 points. They have 107 points. They're ahead of the Cobalts. Wow. Okay, so Team Momo needs a bronze. Well, they need 19 points. So you get a bronze and some add-ons. You get 4th with pole and fastest lap. I mean, that's pretty doable if you're Mimo, right? Absolute me moment. Wow, that changes a whole lot. We're gonna go through these permutations following qualifiers because what happens in the top 6 will have a direct correlation with where they start. Oh man, because if you see like if Mystic gets P20, if all these 6 of these races start in the bottom 12, oh man, this is a whole different story. The graphics, and like, I mean, we're only human after all. But that little slip up in the graphics changes everything. That changes all of the math that I haven't been doing because there's just so much math to do. Bit different of math now. Instead of the Cobalts being 2 points ahead of Team Momo following an absolute Mo moment, they are now 1 point behind them, which changes all my math, all my permutations. I think this me moment is happening. Let me just put it out there into the universe, into the ether. I think this me moment is happening. I think the Team Momo moment is happening, especially since Momo jumping up into individual championship contention. I think whoever is winning Marbula 1 Season 4 is also winning MVM. And also, well, Cloudy can't. Well, it's, you know, process of elimination. I think it could be Momo taking home MVM. Mimo taking home a nice 29-point weekend. Clinching it there. I think Royal can still do what Royal do. Get up there. I think, let's say it, Como Mary podium happening. The Como Mary podium is happening. Especially since 39% of my respondents in this poll have said that the Hazers are choking off the podium. Sorry, Hazers, but when the podium is a tie, when the podium is a tie, when 4th place is 14 points behind you, that is a good weekend. And the O'Rangers started off very slow, but very hot. Hit the skids a bit, but very hot as of late. that is still a team to look out for if you are in the top 3. If you're in the second 3, Cobalt's Team Momo, wouldn't need to worry so much for them to jump up to these spots. But if you are the Hazers, Team Primary, or the Savage Speeders, if you are Misty, Rima, or Speedy, the championship is yours to win, and the podium is yours to choke away. Let us have this one. The Hazers need this. Yeah. Yeah, the Hazers definitely need this. What is this? If Savage Hazers, if Speeders, Hazers, or Rangers is the podium, Madman Rage quits. If Como Mary is the podium, Madman becomes main man. I want to see this. I want to see. How about this? How about this? Madman. I'm not sure if he's... Oh, no, there he is. Madman, I now speak directly to you. If Como Mary is the podium, you and I are putting on our finest maid dresses, and we're gonna stream something. Pick a game. It can be chess. Pick some online game that can be multiplayer. That Axis football that I play with the tank bowls, that's online. That can be played between 2 different players on 2 different computers. Let's make it happen. Let's make that happen. If it's a Como Mary podium, let's put it in writing. Famous last words. Putting my mouth where my mouth is has never gone bad for me. I never said that. I've never been pink. It's a deal. Hell yeah, let's do it. We doing it. If that's us. Como Mary needs to hold up their side of the bargain. And we'll wait till Saturday. And we'll wait till Friday to see what happens with Saturday. Because what happens on Saturday is entirely dependent on what happens Friday. So many things to knee-jerk. So many things to overreact to totally accurately predict. The hype train is alive and well. This is the best case scenario for the league, for the tournament, for 6 races, for 6 teams to have a chance to win in the final event. For the top 3 teams to be tied, you cannot ask for higher stakes, for most storied of storylines. Marble Earth people not catching any sleep. They gotta write all these articles. There's so many things to keep into consideration. Eric finally getting onto the podium. Quasar with the 2nd straight medal for Galactic. It is intense. Oh, man. I will see you all Friday to overreact to the qualifiers, even though it's not an overreaction. But these are overreaction streams, and it's coming down to the wire. This is the nittiest of the grittiest, and we literally hitting the gritty out here. Holy cow. There's just so much to go through. Never have I been this excited for a qualifiers. I've never been this excited to see how you start a race. Qualifiers are just how you start the race. And what happens Friday has so much weight, has so much bearing on what happens Saturday. And what happens Friday will just be like what happens Monday. I will be here to scream into a microphone for an hour and a half. Yeah, Waluigi taking us out. Y'all already jumping the gun on that. People saying the hazers choke. People saying the speeders choke. A lot of people saying they all podium. That is possible. That is very possible. Okay. I will see you all Friday to go over the exciting conclusion. And I'm not using that word lightly. Exciting conclusion. The final weekend to the Marbula 1 Season 4 season. Have fun. Take care. Stay hydrated. I know I need some more water in me from screaming into this microphone, losing my mind. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And as always, Waluigi's going to take us out. Take care. Bye-bye.